I'm Jason and this is Thomann, and today we're here to introduce the Boss 200 series RV-200. We're really excited about this. It fits nicely between, you know, your standard Boss pedals that everyone's known and loved since the beginning of time, and the more complex 500 series. So
the RV-200, a lot of people have been asking for it. It's finally here. We've got 3 other pedals that are in a similar kind of range. We're comparing the Strymon BlueSky, the UA Golden Reverberator, and the Source Audio Ventris, which are some of our current favorite reverb pedals and basically what the Boss is compared to and in competition with.
So it'd be good to compare, I guess, a plate, spring, hall or room, and then see how crazy we can get with some of these pedals as well to inspire creativity through things we haven't heard before.
So we've dialed in a plate sound across all the units in front of us. We're going to start with the RV-200, and while I'm playing, Jason's going to tweak some of the parameters and see what kind of sounds we can get with just the plate.
Let's tinker with some stuff and see what it does.
So that button you're pressing there, so it's like a momentary hold freeze kind of function in the pedal, giving you that kind of like that overlay. Like, is it taking the mix all the way up to like?
It's just freezing whatever you're doing and holding it for forever. It's pretty amazing to have that. It's not even momentary. It's just one press of the button. It's pretty amazing. I don't think I've got that in. I've got momentary pedals, which you have to manually do. To be able to hit that live, I think it's a pretty unique functionality.
And then this density, let's maybe just go through that. So density all the way off.
Yeah, the density is nice. It's making it sound fuller, and just sort of a bit more front. It's like almost like
rich harmonics.
Yeah. It's interesting, and the EQ is really nice as well. It's genuinely. Yeah, it's a really nice EQ as well. It's genuinely cleaning up that post reverb, so you're not getting that big muddiness live or if you record with it.
Personally, when I'm dialing in reverbs myself, like the high end, if you're doing a really ambient reverb, the high end can just take over the whole sound. It's really hard to hear the dry signal, or it just gets overwhelming and just kind of just takes over all the other kind of effects. So having a bass and treble control is really functional and
I almost like to cut it all the way on both. You know what I mean? That just lets it reverb. It's almost celestial when you get it taken away. So leaving the EQs pretty flat, we'll just go through the other 3 we're comparing the RV-200 to. There's nothing too crazy we're doing here. Everything's pretty much straight lined. And we just want to compare just what a plate sounds like, you know, across the floor if we just had it on our boards and we're just going to use it playing. So you want to play and I'll... do you think?
Yeah.
They're all kind of unique and different.
The main thing I always find really good with the Boss pedals is that the effects nearly go past 100.
You just gotta play one game at a time and go out there and give 110%.
Whereas a lot of these are emulating, so like definitely the UA stuff is emulating a plate reverb. So it doesn't actually go past what a normal plate reverb will do, but always with the Boss pedals, it will go past that to the extremes because they do keyboards and all that kind of stuff, synthesizers. Their effects, like if you want a really thick effect with lots of modulation, that's kind of, you can also get it very tame, but it's got that like dynamics to it.
So now we're going to take a look at some spring reverbs. We know that spring is that nice vintage sound. It's got that nice flow. So we'll compare and we'll do a bit of tweaking now as well to see how we can dial all these pedals into, to really see if we can get their spring to shine and crown king of the spring. Maybe you can put a little crown on one of these guys. Anyway, let's start with the RV-200 and see if we can dial in these springs.
Very wet sound.
Yeah. Just a play. What do you think? What do you like?
I personally don't use spring all that often. I'm usually on plate. Yeah.
I think for me, like, so I already have the golden reverberator on my pedal board. I think for me in spring, they were my two favorites.
If you want a spring sound, I think it's probably the least affected reverb sound. It's just emulating a Fender kind of spring reverb. So I think that the UA sounds the most realistic to probably just a Fender reverb, but like the functionality where you had, so the parameter knob on this
Changes the amount of springs.
Yeah, the amount of springs in the tank. So if we turn that on.
So 3, 2.
That's got it back.
So 1.
That's a cool sound effect.
I like being able to go to 1, 2, or 3 springs. think 2 springs is really the sweet spot on that RV-200. Huh? All right, so let's go from spring. Let's do a shimmer transition into shimmer. It's pretty magical already. I don't think we can get shimmer on the golden reverberator.
Go to play.
There's no mod on the golden reverberator to get that magical celestial shimmer that I think really that's what we all kind of want from a reverb. All right, let's jump over. Sorry, I'm all about this hold button now. I think when we start talking about crowns, you know, what am I crowning my favorite? I think versatility-wise, I'm starting to get down this end. You know, the source is pretty good. I think it just sounds a bit flat. We couldn't really get shimmer out of the golden reverberator. I'm sure we can hook up our laptop and get the thing.
Yeah, the golden reverber, I don't think, it's made to be, just a spring, a plate and a hall. Nothing super ambient. The BlueSky can definitely do the ambient. I think it's sounded a little bit, the Big Sky is probably a better option for the really ambient sounds rather than the BlueSky. Even though it has the shimmer function, I found it was kind of getting in the way.
I found that Strymon to be sort of like, it was almost bussing it so it was under. It was even when I had it super mixed, super wet, it was still sort of sitting behind and following through. It wasn't really sort of, in line with the, I guess, the effect channel. But I think it still sounded very magical though, which is what I want in the shimmer.
Yeah. I think my favorite shimmer was probably the Ventris and the Boss.
Cool. Well, we'll fight about it off camera.
Okay.
I'm sure. We'll see who gets the crown then, boyo.
So now we're going to explore some of the wackier modes on the RV-200 and the Ventris. Kind of excluding the middle two because they don't go that crazy as these other two do. We'll start with the Boss.
That's pretty excellent. Let's get over here to this. That's pretty interesting. I did see a lo-fi mode. Is that, we got that on both of these?
So yeah, we'll try the lo-fi on both units.
I almost prefer that over a celestial sort of shimmer. It's a really nice sort of interstellar kind of sound. Give it one over here. Well, that didn't work as I intended. It is very lo-fi, huh? Interesting, with the reverb off, you still get like a lo-fi effect without any reverb on that setting. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's nearly like it's going through a telephone kind of sound.
Now let's do one more before we wrap up and let people decide who gets the crown. You pick something on there, I'll pick something on here. Maybe this this slow verb was a pretty cool effect. And then I'm going to go to mystery settings unheard. That's pretty cool. Have you got that over here? Something similar, you think? Interesting, almost got like a trem in there as well. Got a bunch of whole modulation happening in both of these units. Who gets the crown out of these pedals? It's difficult. For me, I'd probably say the best option is to buy all four. How does that sound? Obviously, it's not everyone's budget to have all four pedals on their pedal board, and it's probably a little bit crazy too. But what I would suggest is to get down to better music, try all these pedals yourself, check out the new RV-200, and really find that sound you're looking for in a reverb pedal. What say you, Tompa?
Yep. Well, that's the thing. I was like, what do you want me to say? That's a good wrap. I think that's fine.
Yeah, we can use this as the wrap up. And cut.